premiere of Commander Brody on Mars. Hello, welcome. This is Cinekyd Television Theater. I'm your host tonight, Joe Maloney, along with my co-host here,
Bobby Eric.
First up, we're going to take a look at Tuesday night's Actors Workshop.
And that is edited by Brian Mace. Let's take a look.
Oh, there's more. But only the first one's free. Here's the bargain. You will help me steal production capital so I can put a box on every TV in town. And in return, is everybody paying attention? I will help you solve the greatest riddle of all, the mother of all riddles. Who is Batman?
Remember always to respect other people's property, such as books and everything else. Whenever you borrow something from somebody, make sure you take care of it as if it was your own. If you don't, you could ruin the object, and then the person might not trust you with their things anymore.
Joker here. You might think you might have said some pretty mean things about me. I might have did some pretty mean things in the process. But what I am not is a killer. I might have maybe did it once in a while. But tonight, I am going to dump $20 million in cash to all of you people on the streets. Don't worry about me, I have enough. I am going to deliver it personally. With me in one corner, and in the other corner, the real terror of Gotham City, Batman.
Cinekyd is a broadcast arts school. Its birthday was August 26, 1976. Its colors are white and royal blue. Its mascot is Taffy the Beagle. Its motto is each one reach one.
Remember to respect other people's property, such as a book and everything else. When you borrow something, remember to take good care of it and treat it as if it was your own. If you don't, you could ruin the object, and then the person might not trust you with their things anymore.
Good name in man and woman, dear my lord, is the immediate jewel of their souls. Who steals my purse, steals trash, 'tis something, nothing. 'Twas mine, 'tis his, and has been the slave of thousands.
Oh my God, the dog.
But he who filches from me my good name, robs me of that which not enriches him, and leaves me poor indeed.
Now for the main event.
The world premiere of Commander Brody, the first time ever seen on television.
Edited by Alex Rudet. Let's take a look.
Commander Brody. His name had become legendary. Starting in the late 1940s, after World War II and the infamous Philadelphia experiment, the story about a law enforcement officer who passes through time and space began. He is, if the stories are true, in search of Dr. Evangeline, a criminal scientist who discovered the secrets of a parallel universe. This villain is better known as Dr. Evil. Commander Brody was one of the Navy's youngest commanders to serve in World War II. When his ship and virtually all the men aboard were lost in 1943 during the Philadelphia experiment, he considered his survival a miracle and used the curious after effects of the tragedy to pursue the perpetrator through time and space. He was following a scientist, Dr. Siegfried Evangeline, who was working with the Navy in 1943 during World War II. Dr. Evangeline was supposed to assist with the Philadelphia experiment, but was doing his own research and is believed to have been the cause of the failure of that mission. Somehow, he has escaped, and yet has reappeared during the past 6 decades. He is known as Dr. Evil. Commander Brody had successfully captured Dr. Evangeline. After a lengthy trial, the arch-criminal was sentenced to life at the federal prison outside of Lakehurst, New Jersey. Somehow, in spite of the close monitoring, Dr. Evil managed to escape. And the latest adventure started just like this.
Now let me get this straight, Mickey. You're going to Mars? Sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm going to help Commander Brody. With all due respect, Mickey, but what is he going to need your help for? I'm not quite certain, but it has to do with Dr. Evangeline, I'm sure. Hi, Steve. Did Mickey tell you about our trip to Mars? Yes, he has, Commander Brody. Sounds quite fascinating. I couldn't believe it myself, but it's true. We're going to Mars. Steve, I'm going to need a bit of your help as well. My help? Of course. What do you want me to do? I need you to plan down any news of us going to Mars. Play it down? It sounds pretty fascinating, but is it a secret? The commander wants it to remain a secret for a little while. First, until we complete our mission, this story is yours. You don't want people to know you've gone to Mars. I won't let Dr. Evil in on it. Not quite yet. I see. Well, I'll certainly cooperate. and keep that little secret. I don't want you to lie to anyone, Steve.
Of course, but what's Mickey going along for?
That, Steve, is the biggest secret of all.
Excuse me, gentlemen. May I have a moment of your time?
Howdy, ma'am. What does he want with the two of us?
Yes, how come a pretty lady like you would talk to us?
I'm Mary Dubois, a news reporter. You working here?
Me and my friend work in the Rod Sterling Center.
We're just tourists, ma'am. We come to visit the big city is all.
Tourists? I see. And where are you gentlemen from?
Grover's Mills, north, outside the city. We're farmers.
Sure we are. Farmers. We each got a little spread of our own.
And you came all this way to visit a science research center?
Of course, ma'am. Now farming is a very scientific business.
You both look so familiar. Have we met before?
I don't think so, unless you came up and visited Grover's Mills.
I would remember a lady like you. We're late. Hard.
I have only a few more questions.
Sorry, ma'am. Maybe another time.
Goodbye now. Have a nice day.
That sounds like a security alarm. I wonder.
I just received this communication from the code room.
It's a secret message from Commander Brody.
Let's see. What does it say? Is everything all right?
Great heavens, Professor Freed. Brody's headed for Mars.
If I'm correct, this has something to do with Dr. Evil. Dr. Evangeline? I thought he was safely behind bars.
It seems that no prison on this earth can hold that mad scientist.
But Professor Gant, why is Commander Brody headed for Mars?
It has something to do with Dr. Evangeline's diabolical plan.
Yes, he plans to clone space creatures from Mars. What? Cloning on Mars? That's insane.
It may be insane, but that's his plan, and he means to complete it.
Just imagine, space creatures from Mars. I thought Mars was a dead planet. Nothing lived there.
You just don't know. Even the smallest life form could.
Indeed, the smallest life form, and his plan can work. You mean that he could clone monsters? The store of space monsters from Mars.
Mars, the red planet. It was here that Dr. Evangeline planned to clone his own army of super creatures. Supposedly, he had planned this unbelievable project for years. Only a man with a twisted mind could invent such an idea. But if Dr. Evangeline knew that if his plan become known, then his opponent, Commander Brody, would follow him. And perhaps that was his real objective.
Do you ever get anyone to clean up around here, Steve?
Mary, what brings you into my office?
I need your help, Steve. I just interviewed two strange characters.
And both our businesses meet unusual people, don't we?
We can speak honestly here, right, Steve? You're alone, aren't you?
I am now. Except for you, of course. We're alone.
I just interviewed two farmers outside the Rod Sterling Center.
Did you? Farmers? That must have been interesting.
It took me a few minutes to figure out their disguises.
Disguises? The farmers were wearing disguises?
They weren't really farmers, Steve. They were...
Hold it. Raise your hands. I've got a gun. Please, I'm not kidding. Raise your hands, both of you. And is this one of your farmer friends, Mary?
This is no farmer. This is Plato Capus.
I told Dr. Evangeline that you spotted us, and I was right.
And what do you plan to do with us?
I say, that's my way of traveling. Are you okay?
I sure am.
That was fast. Is this really Mars? Yes, it is. Are you having any trouble breathing?
No. Those pills Dr. Freed gave us are doing their job.
Remember, you have to take one every 2 hours.
I understand. Otherwise, I won't be able to stay on Mars.
I'll stow the medication inside the briefcase.
Want to look around to check the planet out?
Yes. look over here. There's a great view of Earth. And should I help you with your mission? I'll say, Mickey, you've got an important job to do. Should I bring along the briefcase? No. I'll leave it here. We will be back shortly.
Everything is going according to plan.
Yes. By this time, Commander Brody should be on Mars.
And his associate, Mickey Chester, he arrived too?
Yes, and those anti-gravity pills we gave him are working also.
With just one of these, he doesn't need air tanks or breathing tubes.
You mean just 2 of those special pills, and the boy will be able to breathe on Mars?
Yes, but he needs to take them every hour or 2.
But we gave him a plentiful amount, didn't we?
Yes, but the boy must take the pills, or else.
Or else what, Professor Gant? Else he'll die. My dear, what are you studying so intently?
Notes. Dr. Evil's plan to clone space monsters and send them to attack Earth.
I see. What are those notes in the margin?
There's something not quite right about all of this. I'm very suspicious.
This whole thing is all a big trap?
The research doesn't support the bizarre idea of a space army.
Then what would Dr. Evangeline be doing on Mars?
I suspect that he wants Commander Brody to follow him.
Then, what would Dr. Evangeline want with Commander Brody?
Where's your boss? Where's Dr. Evangeline?
His name is Dr. Evangeline. He is a brilliant scientist.
Of course he is. That's why they put him in prison for life.
No prison bars can hold someone as smart as Dr. Evangeline.
So, Plato, tell us, how did you and your boss escape from jail?
Yes, I imagine that required a lot of skill. Tell us how you did it.
Wouldn't you like to know? Don't try anything.
Me? Us? You've got the gun. I wouldn't try anything at all.
Turn around. Put your hands against the wall.
Turn around, why? You wouldn't shoot us in the back, would you?
Just do as you're told. I'm gonna tie you up with this cable.
But why are you here? What do you have against Mary and I?
The boss doesn't want you blabbing to everybody.
Okay, Plato, now I've got the gun. You, reach for the sky.
Bring those hands down. We're going to tie you up with that cable, and then we're going to call the police.
And while we're waiting, you're gonna tell us everything. I will. Just don't hurt me.
Just a moment, Mickey. I need to take a sample of this terrain.
Good idea, Commander. We should analyze the surface.
These seem like likely specimens, don't they?
I suppose so. I've never done this kind of work before.
It's important to catalog everything you collect. Everything.
Uh-huh. Did you hear that?
Hear what? There's nobody on Mars but you and I.
I thought I heard something. Or maybe it's just my intuition.
Intuition? How so? What are you talking about?
I have a feeling we're being followed. It's silly, I know.
No, it's been almost 2 hours. It's time for the breathing pills.
I bet I'm a bit lightheaded because of the atmosphere.
Step, let's head back to our equipment case for the pills.
A real fix if it wasn't for those pills.
That's for sure. You wouldn't last long on this planet.
And your theory doesn't support the idea of a space army? Most people would find a space army typical of Dr. Evil.
I believe that Dr. Evil wants Commander Brody to follow him.
Then what would Dr. Evil want to do with Commander Brody?
I believe that he wants to set a trap for him.
But the commander wouldn't be vulnerable on Mars.
Certainly. Unlike most humans, he can breathe in an atmosphere.
So that, unlike Mickey, he wouldn't require any breathing pills?
Exactly. His molecule structure was altered.
In 1943, as a cause of the Philadelphia experiment.
He can travel through time and space without any problems.
That applies to Dr. Evil, too?
He can travel through time and space without any problems.
And sadly, he can travel through the dimensions of time and space.
But then, why would he want to go to Mars?
Because it's another chance for him to take over the world.
Yes, he's determined to get revenge on mankind, once and for all.
And what's a better way than creating an army of space monsters?
I think that Dr. Evil is more anxious to destroy Commander Brody.
He's been talking about this trip to Mars for years.
So you believe he's just trying to lure Brody into a space trap?
Okay, now, where's your boss? Where's Dr. Evil?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He left me here to follow the girl.
The girl! I'll have you know I'm a radio reporter.
Of course you are. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it.
What's the matter, Plato? Don't like when the tables are turned?
I'm a little scared. You aren't gonna hurt me, are you?
He's got a point. Put away the gun, Steve. He isn't going anywhere. Okay, I don't like guns anyway. You just behave, Plato. Now, out with it. Where's Dr. Evil?
I'm not sure. I'm not certain. He didn't really say.
He took off right after you guys bumped into Mary. So where's he headed? It must have been someplace important.
If I told you what I thought, you wouldn't believe me.
Try me, Plato. I can be very gullible when I'm tired. That's for sure. Come on, Plato. Where is Dr. Evangeline?
All right, but you can't laugh. I'm only guessing.
Fine. Plato, before we call the police, where is...
On Mars. I think Dr. Evangeline is on the planet Mars.
Now, Mickey, let's give you some of those breathing pills, and then you can go and look for some more samples and stuff. I'm sure you put the bottle on the case, didn't you? I know you did. I saw you drop it into the case. My goodness, I can't seem to find the pills anywhere in here. Commander, what will happen to me if we don't find them? Brody, the boy! What happened? Hello, Dr. Evangeline. How nice to see you again. Hi, I'm Mickey's sister. You're looking for me, too? The boy, he's breathing fine. What happened? We knew you set a trap for us, so we set a trap for you, too. Who are we? We're Martian invaders! Come on now, you really didn't expect me to follow that line. You didn't believe I'd travel to Mars to make an army? He figured you out right from the start, and he asked me to help lure you in. Constance, spoil the game!
I think that we should try and contact Commander Brody.
You do? That'll take a considerable amount of effort to contact Mars.
Correct. It's not like making a cell phone call, Miss Dora.
We have technology. We can certainly make the call.
It can be done. We've established an emergency system with him.
I have a procedure. It'll just take a few minutes on a computer.
If I'm wrong about this, I'll take complete responsibility.
I just hope you don't interrupt some important space procedure.
Look. It is an incoming transmission.
Look, Professor Freed. It's a transmission from Mars. It's from Commander Brody.
I hope everything's all right. I hope he's okay.
Hey, look. It's Mickey and Commander Brody. They found Dr. Evil.
What's that say? Dr. Evil tried to steal the breathing pills?
I hadn't thought of that. Is Mickey okay? Is he hurt?
No, fine. According to this, perfectly fine.
Look, Miss Doyle, you were right. The whole Mar idea was a trap.
I knew it, and so did Commander Brody. He suspected it also.
Commander Brody was carrying spare breathing pills for Mickey.
Dr. Evil had tried to hurt Mickey by stealing his breathing tablets.
Commander Brody's on his way to the federal prison with him.
I just hope that's the last we see of Dr. Evil.
Space, the final frontier. In the 1960s, the United States made its first successful journeys into the vast beyond. At the same time, a writer named Gene Roddenberry launched a classic television series dealing with interplanetary travel. Just a decade before, Hollywood created a series of films which depicted man's efforts to conquer other galaxies. The public called them science fiction. Should man, in his infinite search for life on outer space, ever finally set foot on Mars? Will he find that he is not the first human to visit that distant planet? It's just a theory. But then, so is the Philadelphia experiment.
Say, Bobby, hasn't it been a wonderful night tonight?
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
I know it has. Well, that's all the time we got for tonight. I've been your host, Joe Maloney, along with my excellent co-host here,
Bob here. See you next week.
Oh, see you next week. Enjoy your week. Have fun. Happy...
We're gonna